gong.
It's by my face. Jonathan wants to.
Okay, give me your best pose.
Legs.
Okay, wait, hold it.
Okay, maybe we should walk around while the big guns
Finding this tree right here, where you see it starts out at one from the ground and then branches off into 3 separate trunks, and then so that's the 3, and then the 2 is this tree here and that tree over there, with the harvest tree back there. So I sliced off all the branches, and I was going to use that as the material to make the tree house up top. So that was done. Check. The next step was to rip that trunk entirely, to take half of it away to make a ladder to get up here. And then once the ladder was fashioned and I got up into the tree and transported material, I would lift the ladder rung by rung until it became a drawbridge to access the tree next to it. But as the tour sort of began, it's on someone else's property, and having a chainsaw ripping through their poplar, I guess it wasn't a good idea. So
Might have been unpopular.
So it changed, and I just came over here and I used Seinfeld there. I used this rock to throw this blue rope up over one of the branches, and then it came back down, and I tied it to my harness, and then found out how to use this stuff on YouTube, and found out how to tie this Purcell Prusik, which is a fabulous knot that you can slide up and down as much as you like, but when you put your weight on it this way, it locks. So that demonstration is largely what the first day out here looked like. Me spinning from here and trying to figure out how I was going to get up there. So the addition of another Prusik down at the bottom for my foot made it possible to inchworm up.
Yeah.
And when I was cutting the branches off of that other tree, I saw an inchworm, and it was really wicked. So I shot a little video of him, and I'll probably do a wicked mashup when it comes to editing documentation of me pulling up 8 inches and then the inchworm going a heck of a lot faster. So this is, for the first 3 days, I went up twice a day to get up to the tree. And it takes a lot of, it takes about 10 minutes and a lot of energy, so I'd spend 5 minutes just sort of sitting and planning once I get up there. Yesterday for the festival, I brought out this ladder so that the title would make sense. And there was supposed to be a ladder for the piece, but just, you know, the way it goes, the process didn't happen. A treehouse and ladder. Yeah. So that is that. I am going to come down now, and I'm going to climb up the ladder so that I can provide, I guess, a bit of a tour.
How'd you get all this stuff up there?
Yesterday, there was actually a great moment where there was someone else out here when I was out here. And I have a pulley that I swiped from the bar. and I was using that as my elevator. So I'd tie things to a rope down here before starting. I'd climb up myself, and then after a good 5-minute breather, I'd pull up the material and rest it over the 2 branches there that sort of like, okay, I got it. So they'd stay there until I was ready to attach anything else. So the best way to do that is to take your material and tie like a loop around it, and then to take the same rope and tie between your material, and it just tightens under its own weight. So yesterday I was up in the tree already, and I'd forgotten to tie that off, and someone had come by, I think they might be here, and they tied it, and it worked perfectly. It was, the lumber was resting on the ladder, and it was just like parcel pickup in rural grocery stores. So I pulled it all the way up, and then pulled it a little bit more, and it came off the side and hung, and it stayed tied to the rope, and then I pulled it up. So that's how that works. I cut everything up there and fastened it to stuff. It's really slow going once you get up there, because anytime you need to use a tool, you have to tie it off so that you don't drop it, because like you just like blow your I guess your energy to come down to get it, especially if it's an essential tool like a wrench or like a climbing tool, your air traffic control device, the ATC, is used for rappelling, which I'll do right now. You can use these Prusiks to rappel too, but there's a lot of friction that can build up in these ropes. So, yeah, I'll just come down and then, actually, it's going to take too long. I'm going to climb the ladder. The ladder's tied off at the trunk of the tree, and it's also tied off at the top. It is wobbly, but if you'd like to get a closer look, by all means, just be aware that it is some height. Like I haven't measured yet. I forgot to bring out the measuring tape every day. But I've got this blue rope is 27 meters long, and it just doubles. So.
Matt, did you do any rappelling or climbing or anything beforehand?
I went to the drop zone, I think it's called, in Bears Lake once, for Noah's birthday or Liam's, like one of Noah's brother's birthday parties.
So you had tons of experience.
So I'm qualified to teach all of you here. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, so I guess I threw the rope over, and the first climb up is kind of one of those moment of truth where you've got one rope. There are ways that you can throw multiple ropes, and then you've got a bit more insurance, but I only had this one. And actually the first rope that I threw is your throw rope. You're supposed to throw that over and use that to pull up this rope. But when I threw that, the most perfect thing happened. I turned into Darkwing Duck, and it was like a grappling hook, you know, when you throw it and it just perfectly wraps around and ties a knot. It just did that, and I was just like, you're shitting me. That's ridiculous. I couldn't have tried that. But on the 6th throw with the blue rope, I got it over, and then came down, and you just inch up. And then grabbing that first branch is like the best feeling ever. It feels like you're actually in control of your ascent at that point. And it's like at that point, if you let go, it's like, well, if you let go, of course you're going to fall. But with the ropes, it's sort of trusting whoever made it and that sort of thing. But they're good ropes. Pardon? No. It was myself. I had once I got up in the tree, I had another tie-off, like those red ribbons, the tubing up there. They're tied off in 2 spots, and then I had, once I got up there, I had a second rope. It's still there. I think, or it might be up at the top. So it's a redundant system, so that if this Prusik fails at any point, there's another one that's right there. Which, when you forget about that and you're rappelling, there's like that moment of like the hang up. But yeah, so I'm gonna go up, and then just to give you a sense of the scale, I guess the measurements are 10 by 4, so it's It's weird to think about it, but that's a 40 square foot apartment. And this climbing maneuver was a new addition. So. Oh yeah, the rope is definitely ideal. It just takes the time. This doesn't take. But you'll notice I'm still using the rope. So I have more experience with ladders than I do with.
No need to rush.
Whoa.
Used to paint houses. And one day in Windsor, we were painting a house. We've got really big, beautiful houses there. We had a 40-foot ladder, but it wasn't tall enough to get up to the soffit where a hornet's nest was to paint. So we put it on the bumper of a van. And put the emergency brake on.
Yikes.
So when you climb ropes, and even when you climb the ladder, that's the best part. Like meeting the tree again.